35 Worst Fanboy Meltdowns Ever Seen. According to Reddit. Number 35. God damn it. Number 35. Hilarious. I was at a WCW Nitro show. It's like a wrestling thing in the 90s. And the show ended with NWO, the bad guys, standing victorious in the ring. And the amount of garbage and full water bottles that got tossed toward the ring was mind-boggling. The ring looked like a garbage dump. I was worried I was going to get hit, or at the very least doused in sticky goo. Then there was this time at a Utah Jazz owner, Larry H. Miller, tried to attack a guy that was cheering for the other team. Talk about accidental renaissance. Look at that picture. Oh, yeah. Hello, Lexeus. Always nice to see you. Lovely to see Mari in the stream chat, too. Wow. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope that this stream has rolled around at a time that makes sense for everybody. So, as we continue up this list, we arrive at number 34. It says, I mean, I really like kebab, but this is ridiculous. It's a video. Am I gonna get struck for this video? Most likely, but I guess I get struck for everything. For everything. So, let's enjoy it. Oh my god. This fucking lady. This fucking lady. Come on now, lady. Come on. Oh my god. It keeps going. Did he just put her? Oh my god. Oh my god, this girl is drunk? This girl's drunk. Okay. Oh, it does not keep going, Lord Jesus. It can't be. Oh! Holy shit! Fuck! Oh my god! Well, that's okay. No, not again. Not again. That certainly was the video that kept on giving. That certainly was the video that kept on giving. Ooh, only people who are early to the stream are going to be able to enjoy whatever that was. Well, you know, what inspired this specific thread, you guys may be asking? Naturally, the Szechuan sauce freakouts of 2017. Oh, Rick and Morty, the Szechuan sauce. Come on, Morty. We got people freaking out at McDonald's. Why I'm freaking out over Szechuan sauce, man. It's messed up. Number 33. When Esperanza Spalding beat out Justin Bieber for Best New Artist, so his fans vandalized her Wikipedia page. Okay. What a bunch of nerds. In other places, the musician's middle name was changed to both Justin and Quesadilla, and her Grammy win was written up with the addendum, even though no one has ever heard of her. Wow. That's pretty rude. Calm down there, kids. Damn. As we roll up to number 32, this may be a quick list. So this old, but... Oh, this is old. Okay. This is old, but at my local comic book store, I witnessed a 40-year-old man break down, lay on the floor, and start crying because DC killed Superman. This is also before it became common that death always, you know, You know, the dead always come back. That's so sad. And he cried. Oh, man. Alex Duzander says, Kyle, have you seen how much the sauce is worth on eBay? I mean, worth isn't the word you should use there, buddy. Worth. Okay? How much someone is willing to pay for something does not speak for its value or worth, so to speak. So yes, nigga, I mean, of course people are going to be paying a lot of money for it, because I think the one that came from McDonald's, the actual big jug, went for like $15,000 or something like that. So naturally people are willing to pay for some bullshit. But I mean, it's just dishonest and kind of like scummy. Like, what the fuck? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with making $1 here or there, but come on now. You reselling some Szechuan sauce, and you know tons of people are selling fake Szechuan sauce for that dollar bill, baby. So as we roll up, we arrive at number 31. Oh my god, write me a life story, why don't you? I worked at Best Buy when Star Wars Episode 1 was released on DVD for the first time. I had been working the opening shift and was asked to come in a little early to help set up the displays. Is the music too loud? Forgive me. I'm monitoring levels and I'm just making sure everybody's fine. Anyway, I came in early, set up the displays. People were camped outside for a few hours before the store opened. Let me move this over a little bit, like right there. Good for me. About 30 minutes before the store opened, I could see this seething, undulating mass of humanity crowded outside the doors, waiting for them to open so they could grab their copy. I swear it looked like a few of them were trying to Jedi mind trick me into opening the doors early. I was making... What the fuck? It started again? God damn it. How you gonna start the video without me doing anything? Stop the bullshit, alright? Bad. That's a bad post. You stay fine and stay that way and stop it. Okay. Who sent me a snap? You know I'm streaming. Jeez. As we roll up, we continue this one. So I was making jokes with my fellow employees when my manager came and asked me to stand by the doors so I could direct the incoming horde to the various displays. There were 2 or 3, I believe. As I took my place near the doors, the store manager approached the front doors of the store to open them, and I saw an entire mass tense, like they were about to run a gauntlet. As soon as the doors opened, the human ocean outside burst its way in. I raised my hand to wave to them in greeting. Just putting a little bit of Vicks on my face here. Sorry. I raised my hand to wave to them in greeting. But before I could get my arm halfway up to the greeting position, I was slammed off of my feet and they ran past me. It was like I wasn't even there. I picked myself up with no injury other than... try that again. I picked that... There we go. I picked myself up with no injuries other than my pride and saw these piranha devour the first display they came to. Within minutes, it seemed, the display was empty. Some customers who hadn't grabbed a copy and didn't realize that we had more in the back started pushing and shouting, and it looked like there might be a brawl erupting at any moment. I tried to tell other people that we had more, but they were shouting over me. One kid, maybe 9 or 10 years old, was standing next to his mom crying because he hadn't managed to get a copy. His mom was trying to console him while moving him away from the riotous mass in front of them. I went back to the crowd. Finally, it got quiet enough so I could explain that we had more in stock. The remaining crowd rushed to the other display, and I pulled a copy aside for the boy and his mom and handed it to them so they wouldn't have to be near the assholes who were ready to fight each other. All of this shit for fucking Jar Jar Binks. that's a stupid song, man. The Cantina Band song is fucking ridiculous. I don't know what kind of genius crafted that fucking song. Oh my God. As we continue up the list, we arrive at number 30. Not something I've personally witnessed, but sports riots because your team lost are pretty shitty. Yeah, I know how to fuck up a town. Flip over some cars, maybe? God damn. The latest Kentucky riot. Oh boy. Well, to be honest, I think sports riots are healthy. Let me explain. I like to think that the type of people that would participate in a sports riot, are the types of people that need to be culled. Anyway, I'm just saying. Shrug emoji. So, better the cops be out there, displaying excessive force to people who think they can handle it because they're stupid, other than, just being awful to racist, like to the ethnics, or I don't know, pulling over a girl and raping her or something like that. It's better the cops get it all off their chest, get it all out of their system, and flex that authority. You want to beat somebody up with some guys who got rowdy after a game, And there's my 2 cents. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Wow. Somebody named Psycho Pomegranate says, I don't really come in streams much, but I just wanted to say hi and thank you, Kyle. I enjoy your videos and it helped having them to listen to while I play Resident Evil, so I don't feel like such a pussy. It's okay. Even though I'm just a voice, I'm totally here for you, man. You don't have to be scared of those monsters about to jump out at your ass, brah. You're not alone. You got me. You got the air. You got the trees. I hope that this stream reaches somebody that I guess it's at a better time for. Because some people just make it seem like when they miss the stream that they're not even going to be able to watch it later. You know what I mean? It's pretty ridiculous. Stripes is here, and she says, but I care about the Schwan. I care about Schwan the fat man. That's 2 different people. You can't fuse them, Stripes. As we continue up this list of 35 worst fanboy meltdowns ever seen, we arrive at number 29. I know one blogger who got death threats because he criticized Beyonce for sampling audio from the Challenger disaster in that song about a teenager breaking up with her boyfriend. I did not know that this was a thing. Someone asks, did Beyonce really sample the Challenger? And the answer is yes. Today I learned. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Somebody in the stream chat said, Beyonce can sample me. Shut the fuck up. The only thing I want to hear about people wanting to sample is me. But apparently, I'd have to be a school teacher for Sarah DeVera to want a piece of me. You know what I'm talking about? She'd be all like, Mama, I'll see what I can get to the bottom of at the end of class, if you know what I'm talking about. Sarah says, I prefer the stream later, mostly because I never joined the chat. Oh, you prefer to watch the stream later, mostly because I never joined the chat. Intriguing. Kelsey says, well, want a sample? We all want a sample, Kaya. Oh, good one. Mm-hmm. As we roll up to number 21. That's not 21, that's 28. You stupid bitch. I remember reading somewhere back when GTA 4 released that a bunch of people got mugged. What does that have to do with the game? Like, people get mugged every fucking day. One guy in particular got stabbed right outside of a game station. UK's version of GameStop at the time. The icing on the cake was that the majority of the bystanders thought it was a publicity stunt for the game and just let it happen. What does that have to do with GTA? That ain't got nothing to do with a fan, you know what I mean? That's just another dude trying to get rich off something, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine us packaging a fanboy freak out as somebody that was just like waiting outside Apple's release of a new phone, and somebody just ran up and stabbed the motherfucker and was like, I got your phone, bitch. Oh my God, another iPhone fanboy freakout. Jeez. Michael Davis says, are you still streaming at 9:32? I'm gonna try, man, even though I have nothing prepared for tonight's Halloween list. Blazeburn says, I'd pay to have Kyle be my teacher for a day. Oh God. Sarah DeVera says, no, I already learned my lesson. Haha, Kyle won't forget my teacher story. Why would I? You was slurping that up and riding that teach in a way that, oh my God. Anyway, we get to number 27. Ooh, that's a long one. My boyfriend got death threats back when the Xbox One first came out. Well, that's what he gets for getting an inferior console. Uh-oh. He worked in a locally owned video game store, and they got 25 systems in, but only had 25 pre-orders. Guy comes in without a pre-order and demanded the system. When he was told that all the systems had been pre-ordered and that they wouldn't get more until a few weeks, he flipped his shit, threatening to shoot people, and said that the faculty at the store better sleep with one eye open. Unfortunately, this is normal around console releases. Luckily, I don't think he ever came back. Why don't you have you working at a place and you all have fucking video cameras? Get some video cameras with some audio and get some video cameras with some audio and break something off to the police. You know what I'm talking about? Or maybe just expose the nigga on the internet. Make sure it reaches his mom. You said what? Get in here. But mom, I need the Xbox One, mom. Come on. You understand? It's an inside joke. It's a meme, mom. It's a meme. I'm gonna kill you. That's what people say. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, mom. It's a meme. Haha. See, it's a meme. Number 26. Early 2000s. The second Lord of the Rings movie had just come out. Good movie. And it's getting close to the huge battle at the end when the fire alarm in the theater went out. Okay. Everyone exits, and it turns out to be nothing. For some reason, the theater couldn't resume the movie where it was, and decided to pass out vouchers instead. In the background, I hear some long-haired neckbeard yell about how he had to take off work to see this movie. The neckbeard then proceeded to beat the crap out of a Jungle Book 2 cardboard cutout. Rest in peace, Baloo the bear. Bare necessities, those simple. What are you doing? I'm just a cardboard cutout. Stupid. That's the same movie, right? Anyway, number 20. Oh man, I would kill. Unfortunately, I think it was the correct reference. But for me, it would have been funnier if I just started singing some straight bullshit that had nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm talking about? A supercalifragil. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how that song goes from Mary Poppins either. Number 25. Mine wasn't necessarily a fanboy, but it was their mother. It was Black Friday Come on now.
Hi Kyle, a bit late but for number 35 WCW used to intentionally plant people in the crowds to make them go apeshit. That's where we get the term stunt granny.
Well, that's a interesting piece of information. The anecdote that Dr. Scam shared in his donation, thank you for the $3 by the way, says that apparently WCW would intentionally plant people within the audience to get everybody else all riled up and crazy. And apparently the term that they had for those people were stunt grannies. Interesting. Well, as we continue this bing bong ass list, mine wasn't necessarily a fanboy, but it was their mother. It was a Black Friday a couple of years ago, and I somehow let my other half convince me to go with her. Well, you let your other half just convince you. I thought it'd be a good idea to go to Kohl's because they had a really nice deal on PS4 bundle. We get there like half hour early, pretty close to the Friday prior to this, so I was not prepared for the idiocy that would ensue. They opened the doors and everyone sprinted into the door like full fucking sprint, and people were trying to push us out of the way as we were just walking to go inside. I make my way to the back of the store where the electronics department is. Meanwhile, there are people literally darting around the store, grabbing item after item, looking like rabid maniacs. I get to the back of the store and I see a stack of PS4s and a line of people waiting for them. So I get to the back of the line, and the closer I get, the smaller the pile of PS4s gets. At this point, I'm just accepting that I probably won't get one, and it's not really that big a deal. Only reason I was picking one up was to save a few bucks. Well, I'm second in line, and there is one more PS4 on the stack. The lady and her son in front of me are about to get it, but I couldn't quite tell if it was the last one because people were everywhere, and I didn't have a clear line of sight. So I ask her, "Hey, can you tell if that's the last one?" She turns around, looks me dead in the eye, and says, "You're damn right it is. And you're not going to fucking get it. Understand, ass her?" I was dumbfounded, honestly. So I just kind of shook my head and told her that it wasn't that big a deal, as she continued to make snide comments under her breath, and people all over the store were arguing and fighting for different items or yelling at employees to find them things and just generally being rude as fuck. The lady gets her PS4 that she was ready to fight to the death for and walks away, giving me the stare of death. So I pull out my gun. I'm kidding. And I just shake it off and ask the employee who is handing them out if there were any left. Sure enough, they had another pallet in the back and were just waiting to bring it out. So I ended up getting one, but I've never seen so many people act so goddamn rude over material things. It was the first and last time I was ever attending any store for Black Friday. Never again. We also went to several other stores that night for my ex, and all of them were equally terrible. Guess this isn't really a fanboy story, but it was just people all melting down in public by the droves. Why am I suddenly so hungry? Special shout out to everybody in the stream chat. Did I just say shout out? Man, I love pretending to be basic. As we roll up to number 24, I don't know if this counts, but people fighting over spots in line for any premium shoe release or anything Apple. Y'all niggas waiting in line for some shoes. Apple should start making shoes. Oh my god, shiz. Nisha Boyd says, "Your voice is so sexy." Oh my god, shiz. These shoes rule. Apple shoes, Apple brand shoes. They were probably have the laces separate. You had to purchase the laces for Apple shoes separate. You know what I'm talking about? Ridiculous. As we roll up this list of... The list is of 35 worst fanboy meltdowns ever seen. Wow. We arrive at number 23. We're getting through this list pretty quick. You believe that? Wow. When the Wii came out, I met a friend just to chill with him in line at like 4 in the morning. The store had a limited number, so they handed out tickets to the people who were already in line to make sure that the people who were waiting got one. No long after, a young kid, maybe 12 to 14 years old, asked the clerk if there were any tickets left. The clerk told him that they were already out, and he instantly looked heartbroken, like might begin to start tearing up, shattered. Bro, don't fall for this little kid's games, man. You falling for this little kid's games, man. Standing here, I knew my friend was also going to buy one, and I could play with him, so I thought I just would give him my ticket. You'd think he'd... Well, bing bong.
P.
Thank you, Selena. I really appreciate that, Selena. I feel like I haven't been able to adequately thank you from the other night when you were really going crazy. Even though you're a girl, Selena, maybe. Sometimes I wonder if all of you are Fat Man with different names and he's just like sitting at some sort of mother board with a shitload of different computers at his disposal. Just kidding. But even though you're a woman, Selena, you'll always be my man. You know what I'm saying? So as we continue this list, or this entry specifically, you'd think he just won the freaking lottery when I gave him my ticket. The guy directly behind me is beside himself. Oh my God, you could have just sold that ticket for $100, 50 at least. Do you know how hard these are to get? You're so stupid. Good luck on eBay. Well, check out this entrepreneur. He's got it all figured out. He's got it all figured out, boy. Damn. Wait, Michael Davis said, we are Kyle. We are what? We are all fat man. Please God, don't. Please God. As we continue up the list, we arrive at number 22. Not quite sure if this counts, but used to be a manager at PetSmart a couple of years ago. I'm sorry, I'm really confused. I'm really wondering what kind of, like some kind of super pet fan. What's the story going to be about? I got called up to the front of customer service, which usually means that I was about to get yelled at over expired coupons. Nope. It was a girl. I knew it. It's a furry story. It was a girl in full-on furry gear holding pamphlets. It was too long ago to remember the exact conversation, but essentially, she asked me if she could walk around the store in her suit, handing out pamphlets on furry culture. Dude, no, this isn't the place for that. Why would you want to do that at a store where people are just getting food for their real pets? She also thought it would be fun for people to interact with a furry in a pet store. Of course, I politely told her, hell fucking no. She started to essentially beg me, so I tried to offer the usual excuses. It's corporate policy. It's a safety issue. Honestly, it'd probably be a safety issue. She could have gotten attacked if she approached the wrong dog in the wrong way. She would not relent. I started to become irritated at this point and told her that she would need to leave. Her response was to start screaming, "Ree!" and yes, barking at me. Nice. Every list has a furry story in it, man. Apparently, I was discriminating against furries. Her words, not mine. She did finally leave after a few minutes, so it was still quite a sight to behold. I love it, because I was gonna tease Stripes and be like, do you remember how it went down? Is this story lining up with what actually happened, Stripes? But then she actually goes, it was me. You hear the way I say that? I'm referencing an old episode of the Powerpuff Girls. Do you care about which episode it was? It's this episode where the revelation is made by Mojo Jojo that he was actually the reason that the Powerpuff Girls were created, because he accidentally pushed Professor Utonium into the chemical X, which was, you know, the pivotal ingredient in creating these stupid little girls out of sugar, spice, and suck my balls nice, Selena. So as we roll up the list, we arrive at number 21. People spoiling the end of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince to fans waiting in line to buy the book at Barnes & Noble. Midnight release. I remember that, man. People were rolling around with their windows down, just yelling, dude. Snape kills Dumbledore. 3 words. 3 words. Somebody said, I remember that night. We got home and I went straight to bed, woke up at 9 a.m., and my mom had only 15 pages left. Nice. Somebody said, I almost read it through that night. Around 5 a.m., words started swimming on the page and I had to stop for a few hours to sleep. That's what it's like when I read too much. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Selena K says, I forgot that, Kyle. I loved that show. Well, I'm glad that it had a place in your heart, Selena K. I really hope that everybody had a reasonable day and that it was relatively stress-free, and that at the very least that tomorrow is better, and that if also tomorrow sucks, then you can enjoy the time that you have now, or perhaps a rejuvenating night's sleep. Try your best to take the moments that you do get and just, you know what I mean, stretch as much fucking, squeeze as, like, strain the juiciness out of it, because you deserve it. And just because you maybe won't be able to get it now or soon doesn't mean that it's not coming. You're gonna get yours, baby. You're gonna get it. So as we roll up to number 20, last year in June, Kotaku reported that No Man's Sky was being delayed 2 months. Fans of the game, more accurately fans of the hype for the game, called the writer for the minor news update a liar. And when Sean Murray personally confirmed the delay on Twitter, some people threatened to kill everyone at Hello Games. And we wish he had, because then we never would have had. I'm kidding. Excuse me, that was really weird. That was kind of like a growl into like a light burp. You can't do stuff like that on a microphone, dude. This thing's live. You know what I mean? It's like, this thing's right here. It's right in front of your face. It's live. People are going to think you're crazy. I say people aren't going to think you're crazy, but they're going to think you're crazier than the way that you normally are. I mean, you're hanging out in this room. You got that dolphin over there. You know, I feel like that dolphin can hear us talking right now. Yeah, I can hear you. The dolphin can hear you, man. So, I guess watch what you say. Okay? Watch what you say about the dolphin. As we roll up this list of 35 worst fanboy meltdowns ever seen, we already hit number 20. So we're rolling down through the last 19. Ooh, it's going to get crazy. It's going to be a quick little, it's going to be rattling these off. You know, lightning round. Number 19. Rock fans sending death threats to a radio host because they cut a Pink Floyd song in the middle of a solo. How dare they? Somebody said, sounds like they had a momentary lapse of reason. Can we not? Can we not? For those of you who don't get it, I mean, based on context, hopefully you can tell that this is the name of a song. Okay? That it's the name of a song, guys? Yeah, okay. Number 18. Didn't some Steven Universe fans force some artist to attempt suicide because they didn't like her drawings? That's very true. They did. Because apparently they got so triggered that they thought she wasn't drawing people the adequate size. You know what I mean? That she literally wanted to kill herself. And when she made that clear, they still didn't let up. They still did not let up. So that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. You know that the Snapchat is my name. Why are you being so weird? You're weird, man. You're weird, bro. I'm gonna kill you. I'm kidding. Number 17. A guy was at an anime convention in Tokyo and chats up one of the voice actresses that was there as a guest. Later on a train, one of the more awkward attendees confronts him and spazzes at him for daring to talk to whoever it was because he was in love with her or something. The guy knocks him over and he runs off into the night. Okay. Aaron Deers confesses, Kyle, when I was younger, I used to draw something that I called the T-Rex dolphin. Oh God, you're giving Stripes ideas. Half dolphin, half T-Rex. You know what you're doing. You're a liar. I don't believe that. None of us here believe it. You just want Stripes to draw that. You want someone to draw a half T-Rex, half dolphin. You idiot. And it's stupid. Nobody draw that. Okay? Make him want it. Make him want it. Make him literally see that in his dreams. Candy Stripe says people get mad at lighter toned Garnet. Oh, here we go. Like, what possesses people to have feelings about shit that has nothing to do with them? It's nuts. It's a show about lesbian space rocks. Come on. As we roll up to number 16, McDonald's had a My Little Pony toy a few years back. The cops got called to the McDonald's down the block from my house because some fucking brony went in for a rarity or a Pinkie Pie. I can't remember the one. And they were all out. He straight up had the most maximum fedora fit on the face of the planet. He tried to knock down the toy display to get the toy he wanted of it because it was bolted to the wall. Found out later from one of the workers that it was the same guy I got banned from the nearby mall for literally following me everywhere I went. I was highly unsurprised. That sucks, man. Can you imagine somebody following somebody around and then you hear about them fucking trying to steal a toy from a display from a show about ponies and they're a grown man? My Little Pony. Check out my fedora. Number 15. I had a 50-year-old woman in tears at my store because I didn't have an iPhone 8 Plus in gold. She had to get silver. What a world we live in, man. What a fucking world. Someone else says, I had a lady come in on Christmas Eve to my store, Office Depot. She had a desk she liked, but we didn't have it in the color she wanted. I can understand, that's important. It's a desk. You're going to work on that a lot. I explained that I didn't have it and that there's no way that I could promise it there by Christmas Day. It was 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve. That unfortunately all the other stores were out. It was a sale item and had been on sale for about a week. Well, she started to lose her shit. It started with, "Are you kidding me? You aren't going to give it to me? I'll give you an extra $40. I'm sorry, I can't take any money or extra money. And even if I could, I don't have it to give. Fine, I'll double it. No, I'm sorry. I don't have it. Like, it doesn't exist. I offer the options from different colors of the same desk to knocking down the price on another desk. This is where she starts screaming that I ruined her kid's Christmas because all they wanted was a desk. And I won't give it to her. Bitch, why you out shopping on Christmas Eve for a desk and mad at the color? You stupid bitch. Maybe you should have went out somewhere the day before some. You know what I'm talking about? A couple of days. Give it a couple of days, you stupid bitch. She tells me she hopes I'm happy, that she's going to cry tomorrow morning, and that it's my fault. And that it's Office Depot's fault. You know why I couldn't work anywhere, guys? Because I would never resist the opportunity to pull out a camera and go, look, bitch, I know you lack perspective because you're stupid and you're crazy, and the inability for you to demonstrate any kind of self-awareness has consumed you for perhaps long enough for people to just allow you to be how bad you are. But I'm going to record you. I'm going to give you an audience, and I'm going to show you that how you're acting is not fucking acceptable. You know what I mean? And if it hurts in a way where you learn a goddamn lesson, then it hurts right. You know what I'm saying? Because people get killed for less. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm from the streets or nothing. You see what I'm saying? But come the fuck on now, man. You need to know how you're coming off in certain scenarios. And in many scenarios, it's so easy to just not say anything, to not have an outburst, to not freak the fuck out. But you're instead making an ass of yourself and trying to get in other people's shit and make them feel bad for you being an idiot. Like, I'm shopping on Christmas Eve and you guys don't have what I want for Christmas tomorrow. Oh my God. It's your fault. I'm going to cry. It's going to be your fault. Oh my God. She can't believe we don't carry enough furniture for demand on Christmas. Furniture isn't a big Christmas seller at Office Depot. And even if it was, what store is going to risk let over inventory? Not that she cares. Well. Sleepyhead says, I wonder if Kyle ever saw the video of those older ladies stealing shit on the beach. And then the guy confronts them. Yeah, I think it's like an umbrella. And he's like, what are you bitches doing? And they were trying to, like, you could tell that they just got caught in that shit. And they were just like, it was almost weird. Like they were going to try and stand their ground. Like, no. And he's like, no, it's mine. So what the fuck you got to say about this shit? You know what I mean? And that's the crazy thing is like some old ladies, dude, and some of your moms are like this, and I'm dead serious, and you fucking know what I'm talking about. But I bet you they're like the type of people where they could break into somebody else's car, and then when the person whose car it is like, what the fuck are you doing breaking in my car? They would still stand their ground because they're so used to being wrong and then just being stubborn in that incorrection that it's like they just gonna fight any fight. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, nigga, you breaking in my car. This ain't your car. What the fuck's wrong with you? Look, she tells me I'm an asshole and that she can't believe I treat her son this way. She then marches out of the store, declaring she's never coming back. Other crazies include the lady who came back for 3 weeks every day, demanding from each employee and manager that we order her a Black Friday only Chromebook model for the Black Friday price after Black Friday. A lady who threw ink at me because I wouldn't return it when it was a year old and used, told me she would never be back. A guy who screamed at me when I had him sign paperwork allowing us to work on his computer when he wanted his computer worked on. He shook violently and marched around because I expected him to sign legal lies. I politely told him he wanted to go change his mind. We didn't have to work on his machine. Nope, he's still pissed at me. Thought he would swing. He told my manager, I'm not calling him a fucker. I'm calling you one. When my manager told him not to speak to the associates that way. Okay. Lady who filled the baby carrier with products to steal. Oh, God. Come on, guys. How did we get into a crazy people at the workplace one? I mean, come on. Number 14, all right? Yoshitaka Amano. The artist that created the art of Final Fantasy franchise. Attended an anime convention way back and severely underestimated his popularity in the US. After his panel was over, he agreed to sign merchandise. But instead of just signing it, he drew pictures and even looked at other people's artwork. The line for this weaved seemingly forever at the hotel, but he had a plane to catch and had to leave. A few fans went so nuts in line that he stayed until the entire line was done. Oh, that's Japanese. That poor man. He did it for honor. For honor. Oh, the cherry blossoms shine upon my life today. I will miss my plane. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry. He stayed until the line was done. As much as I regret that he had to deal with that situation, I was at the back of the line and still got a Final Fantasy book signed with a very quickly drawn image of a girl from the best gaming fantasy illustrator in existence. Final Fantasy. Square Enix. I'm kidding. No, wait, yeah, they're Square Enix now. They used to be Squaresoft. That's how you know Kyle's an old man. Stripe says, I really love the one where a Starbucks worker is confronted for stealing credit card. Is that the one where she starts crying? And she's like, you a fucking thief. And she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a stupid bitch. You damn right you a stupid bitch. You going to jail. No, God, no. Don't go to jail me. Don't go to jail me. Jaden says, I'm Vac. What an idiot. Anyway, number 13, in the 5th grade, there was this kid in my class who was obsessed with Hermione Granger. Not Emma Watson, but the character from Harry Potter. Yeah, I like characters better than actors. Fuck them. I'm talking 15 to 20 different pictures in his locker and like plastered on his folders, binders, etc. Whoa now. In short, it was too much. One day, a kid in our class called him gay and said he only liked Hermione because she looked like a boy. Wrong move. He lost it. You've activated his trigger card. Instantly started crying. Okay. Bawling is a better description. Then, after about 30 seconds of utter emotional meltdown, he attacked the kid, clawing his eyes, pulling hair, and while screaming at the top of his lungs, Hermione Granger is beautiful! Hermione Granger is beautiful! One of the strangest experiences of my life. Wow. Wow. That is some interesting stuff. So, guys, we're pretty much at the end here. Buckle up. Number 12, San Diego Comic-Con. Every damn year it gets worse and worse. The lines are unimaginable, from people cutting in line, fighting, screaming, and all-out nerds raging. It's a mess. Want to see grown men fight over Funko Pops, Magic the Gathering cards, Mondo posters, Shopkins? Well, come to San Diego Comic-Con. I really need to go. Can someone help me go next year? I want to go. I want to record video. Oh, it'd be so sweet. It'd be so sweet. I'd make a series called Get a Load of This Shit. And it'd just be dudes just like, and I'd be like, so what are you today, huh? Like it's like I'm opening the door during a trick-or-treating event. And what are you, huh? I'm a marshmallow man from the Ghostbusters. Number 11. I've seen hardcore Magic players flip tables, and it gets way too intense to even enjoy going anymore. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said I had a boyfriend for about 2 weeks who was really into Magic the Gathering. He'd flip tables on a weekly basis. The second time it happened, I was out. That coupled with me telling my grandma a horrible person for buying me tickets to a show because he was going to buy them, and now his plan is ruined. Your grandmother's a horrible person. Wait, you're joking, right? No. But you're joking, right? No. You're joking. Nah, she's horrible, and I hope she dies. What? Someone else says, I haven't seen the table flip, but I have seen temper tantrum rage quits because I was playing with some 2000 Pro Tour copycat deck. If you think so highly of your lack of creativity and deck building skills, then sit down and take your free win. And if you stayed at the table and I beat them with my deck and had a total secondary market value of maybe $50, their meltdown would make Chernobyl look like a puff of steam. What? Look, I'm done, man. As we roll through the last 10 in this list, buckle up because I'm flying through these. I worked at a movie theater in high school. Our boss, obviously because it's his job, was very strict on R-rated movies and checking everyone's identification. One of my coworkers was working box office on the night of American Sniper coming out. A group of obviously younger than 17-year-old kids comes up to buy tickets from him. He asks for their identification. None of them have even their permits yet. They asked him to just let it go. He said no. Then the alpha of the group gets up against the glass and starts threatening my coworker's life, saying he'll go home, get his dad's gun, and shoot him unless he lets his group buy tickets. It's funny because even if he sold them the tickets, they wouldn't have gone inside to they would have gone inside to the usher, and the manager with the usher would have asked for identification, and they would have been sent back outside for the refunds. Such is life in a crumbling suburb. Damn. Number 9. So when The Phantom Menace came out, that's Star Wars Episode 1, the prequel, for those who aren't aware, there were lots of Jedis dueling with fluorescent-colored PVC tubes in front of the theater. I am not sure what the saber fighting style a few of them were using was, but in the ongoing sloppiness, someone got hit with a PVC tube pretty hard. What shortly ensued was a few real fights with PVC tube, and a multitude of red-faced Jedi re-reeing at each other, swinging at each other like they were piñatas. It was more entertaining than the movie. Sounds great. Somebody said, should have tried spinning. That's a good trick. I'm so fucking done. Join me. Sorry. Number 8. Went to a Dolly Parton concert with my brother, and we had really good seats, 10 or 12 rows back. It wasn't long before we realized that the front rows were populated by a really high percentage of gay men. I had no idea that she would at least as popular as Bette Midler or Cher in the gay community. Well, one poor guy just got emotionally overwhelmed. Seriously, he was standing up a lot. Everyone else sat, waving and yelling occasionally, and at one point he started crying. Despite that, No one I could see really seemed to care, but maybe someone did complain. Unfortunately, between songs, security came over and told him he had to leave. They might have warned him beforehand, I don't remember, but they did make a big damn production out of it, and it wasn't at all necessary. But Dolly was great. She stood there and thanked him, told him that she was sad he had to leave, and told him to wait outside because she would send one of her outfits to him to take home. I think she really meant it, and I hope that really happened. Oh, that's so gay. That's also gay. What gay? Ooh, that gay. So, as we continue, we reach number 27. There's no 2 in front of that. You're losing it, man. And you want to stream tonight? Number 7. When the Tickle Me Elmo toys first came out, they didn't think the demand was going to be so high, and they ended up not making enough. People literally got into fist fights with each other because they wanted a stupid kid's toy for their 5-year-old child.
Elmo like fist fights. Fight for Elmo. Elmo think you're all going to hell. Ha!
Number 6. The Beanie Baby craze. 1998 to 2000. I worked my first job at McDonald's and people were fist fighting each other for them. Crowded as all hell on a Saturday afternoon. The key is crying, and the police had to be called. Nowadays, most Beanie Babies are worth diddly squat. Womp womp. Someone responds, as a 15-year-old girl at the time with no interests in things like Beanie Babies, I cashed in on them. My mom would find them super cheap and get them for me. I would turn and sell them for a higher price. My absolute best sale was a grown man who I assume was buying these for a kid, I hope, who paid $1,500 in cash for most of my collection. Why don't I know anybody who's making this kind of money off of like nothing and then sending me a cut? You know what I'm talking about? Yolanda Jones says, I love Elmo. How much you love Elmo? Would you pay for an Elmo that I cuddled with for a couple of nights? How much would you pay, Yolanda, for an Elmo? What if I tickled the Elmo, if you know what I'm talking about? $1,500? Just $1,500 me. Come on. As we roll up to number 5, here we go. I saw a kid get tackled by BK employees, Burger King, over the gold Pokemon cards. Those were pretty dank. Remember those cards that came in the Pokeballs that Burger King used to sell? I had a friend obsessed with those things, trying to get all 6 or 10, I forget how many. They believed they'd be worth millions in the future. Our Burger King sold out of them very quickly. I saw the kid jump the register and run to the back trying to find one. He thought they had more in the back. And I'm not sure what he was planning to do beyond that, but he definitely tried before being tackled and held back by several employees. The 90s were a weird time. I feel like most fast food places wouldn't care that much nowadays to tackle and pin down a customer, but well, there you go. I want that Cuphead Funko, but I'd buy it for myself right now if it were available right now, which it ain't. You know what I'm talking about? This thing is not available for like forever. December 1st. We don't need to worry about this until literally the month of Christmas. That's really the only Funko Pop I've ever seen that I'm just like, oh my god, I want it. It's so cute. Everything else is stupid looking as hell. You people and your Funko Pop obsessions are fucking weird, but this doesn't look like a Funko Pop, and that's why I want it. That's why I want it. The best looking Funko Pops don't look like Funko Pops, and I'm going to make a collection of Funko Pops that don't look like Funko Pops, and those will be the ones that I want Funko Pop. So as we roll up, we arrive at number 4, baby. Oh my god. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Jesus. Did Travis Lee just said, did you see the hooligan jump up on the McDonald's counter and start screaming he was Pickle Rick? Nigga, you do know that that's the fucking... Are you blind, nigga? Nigga, you blind?
This nigga blind.
This nigga blind. So, as we arrive at number 4, I don't drink and I don't play poker, but I won the poker tournament at a local brewery. The guy sitting next to me the whole night, wearing sunglasses, talking probability, and complaining about I wasn't paying attention to the game. I really flipped out, and it was glorious. I won a certificate for beer. Oh, that's so cute. Well, number 3. My wife and I took our nieces to the Naruto movie premiere. Ooh. Movie was good, lots of mainly teenage girls screaming and cheering every time Naruto had a scene. Because it was the premiere, they had a documentary afterwards about the cast. Turns out Naruto is played by a middle-aged Irish-American lady named Maile Flanagan. Her parents have looked up most Irish-sounding name ever. Okay. Ever heard of several hundred young teenage girl fantasies just evaporate all at the same time? It was epic. There were tears. There were shouts of anger. I suspect poor Maile got some nasty fan mail. Haha. Somebody said apparently it's Hawaiian, but it sounds Irish to me. Fake news. Number 2. The Skyrim midnight launch. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. The only store in town that had one. Pre-orders only. Now, they did have copies they sold that weren't pre-orders, but it was first come, first serve, so it's not like the employees were being dicks about it. I grabbed my pre-ordered copy. My mate grabs his. Our other friend showed up about 10 minutes after we did. So we waited for him. While we're waiting, some dude walked to the counter and asked for a copy, but had no pre-order. Sorry, mate, none left. We had very limited copies that weren't pre-orders. Dude just fucking loses it. Started rambling about how fucked up his life is. And his one piece of hope was Elder Scrolls. He literally starts the waterworks as he starts knocking shit around the store as he's leaving, yelling at people for taking his game from him. He could hear him screaming, or we could hear him screaming, and I mean gut-wrenching screaming, all the way down the road. That guy was unhinged. If it's that important, you should have pre-ordered. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen. Wait, Stripe says it's not a Funko Pop at all. Then why the hell it look like a Funko Plop? It's a Funko. Oh, Funko vinyls are different than Funko Pops? I didn't know that. I didn't know Funko vinyl is its own thing. Let's take a look. No, they all look the same as the stupid ass Funko Pops. Look at my balls. They're all dumb and ugly. Suck my ass. What are you going on about in the stream chat? What are you going on about, Gears? So look, I'd like to thank everybody here. I'd like to specifically thank a little bit of that Selena K, girl. Thank Dr. Scam as well. You already know what time it is, sir. Want to thank my patrons because they're unstoppable. They're everything to me. They're everywhere I need them to be. Bing bong. Scary. God, this stream tonight is really going to take some stuff out of me, man. I don't even know what to read. I don't know what to read tonight. It's probably going to be quick because I'm dying on the inside. I'm dying. Okay. Wait, that's the wrong thing that you're making go away. How about this? Is this the right thing? That seems good. Yes. Thank you to all my sponsors. And hey, as we continue up this list to number 1, someone dressed as an anime character at a Japanese culture and history festival flipped his shit because there was nothing anime related and started shouting complaints at vendors and exhibit owners. He thought it was an anime convention. Oh, you idiot. Somebody else said there's a Japanese cultural festival in my town. There's a shitload of anime stuff there, and like a quarter of the attendees are cosplayers. But it's ostensibly just a cultural festival that actual Japanese people that are there running the booths and performances for it always look disgusted. Oh no. This person says, I'm a mix of white Japanese, and I feel this so hard. I remember in high school when anime got popular, and anime fans would just be total shitlords when they learned I was Japanese. They would either be fetishistic, they treat me like I was some sort of anime character, obnoxious, they would say Japanese words in a stupid accent as if it made them sound more culturally aware or something, or they would just be borderline racist. I can't stand anything anime related to this day. And you Japanese. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Well, that's that list. I hope somebody enjoyed it. Jeez, I'm dying. Oh, fucking weeps. Oh, yeah. What did Lexeus say? Kyle, tell us stories about your Aime club. Well, I bought a club to shut Aime up one day, and I never needed it past that one day. The end. You don't hear from Aime, do you? I hope Faith enjoyed that joke. Extra says Billy Macy's here for new clothes. That is a wait a damn minute. Thought I heard something. Listen, dudes, I'd like to take the time to thank Sean K. Yeah, I don't know if he's listening, or maybe we'll watch the stream or watch this list after the fact, for something that he sent, a microphone, a very pricey microphone that I intend to make my primary microphone soon when I set up with the new computer. Very, very soon. Like, I'm super appreciative, and like I'm gonna make a separate video so he knows what's going on, because it's pretty dank. It actually came with an XLR cable on the inside of the fucking box, which is nuts. So I can just delete that right off the list, baby. Right off the list, baby. Slap that on some toast. Guys, I am going to be looking for some creepy stories or something. Guys, throw some topics out, throw some buzzwords, some phrases out there so I can look for some scary stories, because I don't know what the hell to look for or how to find them. I feel like I should just read like one big story that's lame, but oh my god, can't find anything. Stripe says, when you getting all your computer parts together? Probably towards the end of the month, because I only need the CPU, and I can buy that soon, so we'll be fine. Aaron Deere says, Kyle, Stalker horror stories. Stalker. I feel like that's pretty much every Let's Not Meet story, or how everybody in a Let's Not Meet story feels. Like, I was being stalked, oh my god. How did Jessica Patterson? She said, let's not meet as I just finished talking about Let's Not Meet. She's like, let's not meet? That's what I like. I like other YouTubers and they mean let's not meet. I
What are you going to do with Kyle? With my boobs. I'm Jessica. Kyle.
Irrational fears, Kyle. Paranormal. I don't know. I feel like paranormal would be hokey as fuck. I feel like I wouldn't be able to capture the true creepiness of a paranormal story because it'd sound like, you know, depending on how a lot of paranormal stories are written, they just seem very girl. I don't know. I'll see. I'll figure some shit out. I'll see you guys tonight. I love you, and I wish you the best. You know how to get a hold of me. Talk to you soon. Bye.